Hi guys! I'm going to show you how to do your very first Photoshop project, which is going to be a motivational poster for testing season. Follow along. Let me know in person if you have any questions. Alright, so we need to start with Photoshop, but we have to have a picture to work from first. So let's talk about motivational posters. Motivational posters are going to be posters that motivate you. So these are going to be things you want to have up in the classrooms and in the hallways during testing. Hands down, you are the best. I must ask you to do your best. Emojing yourself, pass the test, I can imagine. We believe in you. Do your best, take control of the test. Things like this. These are all great things we can have up during testing season to really inspire everybody to work hard. So first thing we want to do is get a picture. So for our pictures, you want to start with your background picture. Your background picture can be whatever you want. It just needs to make sense. I'm just going to go with a basic landscape. So when I search pictures, I'm going to search in landscape. And also a really great idea is this first option here. Put in high resolution. That's going to mean that your picture is nice and big and it's a really good quality. It's a great tip for working in Photoshop. So I'm going to scroll through. I'm going to pick one that I want to do. I like this one. Sure. I'm just going to right click on it and copy image. Now I'm going to open back up Photoshop. Oops, that one. So inside Photoshop, I'm going to create a new because I'm starting brand new. So I'm going to create new. And what's cool, since we already copied the picture, if I click on clipboard for the size, it's going to make a picture the exact size of the picture that I already saved. So it's going to work really easily. I always think it's smart to put my title in right now. So I put motivational poster, and then I put my name. Always put your name in with your title. And then you're going to click create. So this is our basics of Photoshop. See, it created the blank page. It's going to be the same size as my picture. So first thing I want to do is actually to put in my picture. So I'm going to go up to edit and paste, because I've already copied the picture, and boom, there it is. If your picture comes up nice and big like this, that means you know you got a great picture to work from. It's very high quality. Now, if we look over here on the left, we see all of our layers. Layers are really important. This is what makes it so you can fix your mistakes when things happen without ruining the rest of your work. So we see how layer 1 is our picture. I'm going to come down to the very bottom of my screen, so you can't see it, there we go. And I'm going to click, what am I clicking? There we go, the little plus. So the box with the plus, that's going to add in a new layer. You're going to be using layers a lot, so get used to this. If this doesn't show up on your side, it might be minimized. So all I got to do is just click on layers, and you can pull it out, you can even make it bigger, do what you need to do. So now I'm on layer 2. Great motivational posters have words on them. So we want to go over here to text. T stands for text. So if we hover over it, horizontal type tool. There we go. That's what we want to have. You must have some text in your motivational poster. Decide what it's going to say, where it's going to go. So I'm going to kind of highlight, drag, and drop to create my box. Now, the computer will automatically put in just random words. That's okay. It's just so that way you don't accidentally make a text box and forget to put something in it. This way you know it's there. So it starts off and it is highlighted. So I'm just going to hit my delete button and it's all gone. I'm going to put in my text here. What's a classic motivational quote? I'm going to do, you are more than just a test score. I like that one. Alright. So from here, I gotta decide what color, what font, things like that. So I'm going to drag and highlight it. And if I come to the very top of my page, there we go, we can see there's all different tools up here. First, I'm going to start with size. It's a high chance you probably first typed it in and it came out really small like that. So we want to change the size first. Decide what you like. Now it goes up to 72. If that's not big enough, you can physically go in and type it yourself. I think I ended up going with 200. Boom, nice and big. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go even bigger. What about 250? Looks like I need to make my box a little bigger because it disappeared. I like that better. So with 250, your color, that's this box right here. If I click on it, you can change the different colors here. and then pick your value throughout here. So you want to pick a color that really stands out against your picture. I wouldn't want to choose a blue that's similar to my water here because then you can't see it. I'm putting mine as a contrasting color, so I'm putting it as orange. I like that one. Click OK. Now your font. So you get to choose your font. I'm going to come over here, click on that arrow. Now there are so many different fonts to choose from. Many, many, many. If you hover over it, it'll show you what it looks like on your picture. You decide what font works best for you. Just make sure it is easy to read. Now, each font adjusts their sizes on their own, so I'm going to have to go back and make mine a little bit smaller again. There we go. Now I can see it all. Now if I just click off of it, good. I like that. So you have in your picture, you have your words. Some other things we need to learn is how to draw. So you're going to add a little bit of a simple border. If I come over here to my tools on the left, there is one that looks like a paintbrush. So that's the brush tool. That's what we're going to want to use to draw or paint with. So I'm going to click on that. Now I want to decide what color I want to paint with. So down here are the boxes. I click on the top one. This picks my color. I think I might stick with that orange color, but I want it to be a little different. Maybe I'll go a little bit more yellowy, not that much. Just a little different. Click OK. Now I also want to change the size. So that's this little dot here. Right now the size is 13. If I go bigger, it goes much bigger. And you can't see it right now because the text layer is open. Aha! I forgot to add a new layer. So it's not letting me because it thinks I'm still in a text box. So I come here, add another layer. Now I'm on a layer on top. Aha! Now I can see my little circle. So this little circle is how big my brush would be. So I can make it really big, super ginormous, you can't even see it. I can make it really small. You decide what size works best for you. You can also change to different brush types. So maybe I go with general brushes. That gives you your basic ones. You see all the options there. Dry media brushes gives us some little bit more interesting one. I could do some simple patterns. Ooh, let's go special effects. There we go. So I could do splatter. I could do some interesting patterns. Maybe I'll try out this one. That could be interesting. What does that look like? No, I don't like that one. Why is it not going? I'm on the right layer. Sometimes mistakes will happen and things don't like it. It's just how it is, guys. It's no big deal. Oh, it's because I went to the smudger. I don't want to be smudging. I want to be painting. That's why. And I went to the smudger again. Maybe this brush only works for the smudger. That could be an option. So maybe I'll close up that. What if I try this one? Haha! Finally, one that works. So, when things don't work out, don't freak out. Just try things. Maybe it's only going to work for certain tools. Maybe that tool won't work for you. Maybe you're on the wrong layer. That is okay. Keep trying until you figure it out. It's a learning process. So you notice I made some marks here to try out the brush. Now if you don't like something, there is this easiest thing to help you fix. It's undo. Now the easiest way to undo is to use your keyboard and you hit Control-Z and that undoes, whatever. It undoes your last thing. So Control-Z, 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 and I can undo my last things I did. Control-Z is going to be your best friend throughout this entire thing. So I think I want to do kind of a little border around with this brush. What's cool with this brush is it's turning every time I click to keep it random. So I'm just going to continue this all the way around and give myself a cool border. You can do whatever brush you want. I just want you to get used to being able to draw or paint on your pieces of art and get used to that technique. So let's just work our way through here, all the way around. I'm going to work a little fast just so we can move on to the next thing. I would advise really take your time, make it look good. All the way around. Yeah, I got a little wobbly there. Again, you guys take your time. I'm just trying to work fast so I can show you the next step. All right, once you have a border, you can then decide, is there anything else you need to add? Do you need to add another little picture in there? You could do that. Let me show you how. If I go back to the internet, boom, let's find a picture. Maybe I just want a check mark. I don't know. I'm just picking something random so I can show you what to do. I can find one that I like. Ooh, that's a good one. If you ever find a picture like this that has a checkerboard behind it, that means the background is see-through. It's really useful. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to right-click, copy image, and go back to Photoshop. Now, I'm going to add a layer. Always, always add layers. I'm going to edit, paste. Ooh, I made it really big. So, first thing I want to do is I want to be able to move it. So to highlight it, you can do Control-T. Control-T. That's another really good one. That'll let you move it around. It'll also help you to resize it. Okay, maybe I want it to be about this size. I want to have a little check in the corner. I don't know. I'm just showing you a random one. Now, I want to get rid of that background. Let's show you a simple, easy way to do that. I'm going to click off of it. So I just clicked over here onto the arrows. Now it's unhighlighted. If I come over down the side, there is a tool called Eraser. Looks like a little eraser there. Erasers are so useful. I could take my time and I could erase this one little bit at a time. However, since my background is all one big color, I could come over here. If I right click on it, I could go Magic Eraser tool. Magic Eraser, it's magic. One click and all the colors that are that same color that are touching disappear. Ready? Boom. Gone. So easy, right? Now, if I want to move it now, I could Control-T again. There we go. That highlighted it. And I can move it around. Ooh, there's a little piece down there. So let's go back. Magic Eraser. Let's get that big gone. There we go. Control-T. Let's move it where I want. Maybe I just want that check there. Random. All right. So I have my basic design. I have a picture. I have text. I have drawings in there. And I have lots of layers. These are your key things you must include in your project. Again, what I wanted to show you with layers makes it really cool is if I take this layer with the checkboard, I can grab it and move it. All of a sudden it disappeared. That's because if I look over here, it is behind the layer with the picture. Think of it as stacked pictures. If this one with my landscape is on top of something else, it's going to cover it up. So I can just drag and move it. There we go. It's back on top again. I can make sure it is behind my border right here by making sure that it's behind that layer. If I move it and put it on top, now it's on top of that layer. So play around with the layers, get used to it to help you out. Once you have a great project, you just need to save it. So you go up to File, Save As. I want to save to computer. Alright. So, you want to come over and find your name. Always find your name. Oop, it moved on me. Find your name. Now, mine looks a bit different because I have a lot more files than you guys do, but you want to save under your name. You decide where you want it to be saved as. You can create a new folder that's all for Photoshop projects. That's always a great idea. So you can click New Folder and title it Photoshop. There we go. Open it up, and I have a name there. Last thing you got to do before you hit save is you have to change how you save it. So if I saved it right now, you see the Save As type is Photoshop. That means that if I ever try to open this again, it's going to open up Photoshop again. That's not very useful if I'm all done. If you're done, you want to click on that, and you want to go down to JPEG. J-P-E-G. It's that very first one. JPEG. Now, when I save it, if I ever want to open it again, it's just going to open the picture, nothing else. So whenever you finish a project, you want to save it as a JPEG. If you're not done, you keep it as a Photoshop. So I got Save, and just click OK. It is all good. That is how you make your motivational poster. Good luck. Can't wait to see what you guys make.